Hey y'all, my name is Lauren. Thank you so much for joining us here at Eva's Home again for another health and wellness video. Today we are going to be doing an HIIT workout specifically for the legs. Narrow that down, I got you. We're gonna do glutes, hamstrings, and quads. Obviously, we're getting towards the bikini season. We need to get ready to go. So we are going to be doing 30 seconds on, 10 seconds off. Today we're gonna be doing it a little different than normal. I'm going to provide the option to use resistance bands during most of our training today. Personally, I will not be using one, just so y'all can see the movements, but if you're feeling this is a little too easy, you want a little bit more of a challenge, feel free to bring in any resistance band, maybe some ankle weights, whatever you've got available to you, feel free to use during today's workout. All right, let's get warmed up. All right, so first things first, we're gonna wanna just get a little bit of movement, blood flow going into our legs. So we're gonna start with our feet pretty close together, and we're just gonna do about 10 squats of varying length between the feet. So I like to start small and work my way out, trying to focus on that good squat form. I like to have my hands out in front of me too to make sure I'm getting that good length. Whew. My knee is definitely not a big fan of leg day, so we will be doing things a little accommodated today. So if you notice me favoring my left side, just know bad boy's a little mad at me. All right, but hopefully getting some movement going will help us out. All right, once we get our 10 squats out of the way, we're gonna be doing 10 lunges, different variations. So that means you can have one foot out, one foot behind, go down like this, opposite, or just straight down, up and down, excuse me, parallel as though you were doing a squat. So I'm gonna do probably 3 on each side, right here, getting that parallel form, parallel to the floor, switch it out. So I like to do 3 on each side just to kind of get my hamstrings ready, and then I'll do 4 in the middle. Try to keep your chest over your toes, knees, hips, ankles, all in kind of a stacked over each other, if you can. We're definitely trying to work on that. Hamstring, waking them up, getting the glutes tight. All right, once that's ready, we're going to spread like a triangle and just reach right down to the middle. Stretch out those hamstrings a bit. Get them ready to go. All right, hold it here for like another 3 seconds. And come back up. All right, I'm gonna start on the back of my mat over here, and we're gonna do an inch form. So we're gonna reach down, walk our hands out into the plank position, and then walk them back in. Really just a kind of a nice full body warm up, but also works on the hamstrings if you keep it close, because you're retaining core and leg strength to hold yourself up into this plank position before coming back up. We'll do 2 more of these. Awesome. All right, let's come back to center. We're gonna do a couple of back twists just to open up our lower back. I like to get turned farther and farther back the more I get warm. All right, we'll do 1 more on each side, 2, and come back to center. All right, one more quick part of our warm-up today. We're just gonna do pulses on each side just to make sure our quads are ready to go. So we're gonna get into a lunge position. 1 foot out, other behind, and you're just gonna go up and down, up and down. Ideally having kind of a 90-degree angle to everything. Good tightening of the glutes as well as the quads. 3, 4, 5, and switch. Just a nice pulse. Try to keep your hips in the same position. Just activating those quads, those glutes, and those hamstrings. 4, 5. All right. Let's get a couple jumping jacks in, and I'd say we're ready to get started. 10 jumping jacks, ready, go. All right, grab some water, a timer, a towel, whatever you need to get ready, and let's get right into our workout for the day. All right, y'all, I hope you're ready to get right into it. So first things first, we are going to start with Curtsey Lunges. For those of you who are not familiar with Curtsey Lunges, we're gonna put one leg up front, oh, hello feather, one leg behind at like a 45-degree angle, and you're just gonna drop, kind of pulse like that. So because we got two sides of the legs, we're gonna do this repeatedly on each side. Ready? Let's go. Up and down. If you can have to put a leg up, you can go even farther if you'd like. Personally, my knees, not in the mood. So I just like to kind of do the up down a little bit here, keeping that core tight, hips for stabilization, tightening that back glute. Got 10 more seconds. Y'all are doing awesome. All right, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Get ready to hit that other side. Again, 45-degree angle. You got a little bit of, like I said, variation there. And let's get into it. You can squat into a chair, maybe use, a pillow to kind of cushion the squat, the lunge there. I'm focusing on the pulse coming up and, coming up and down. It's a little bit easier to kind of target the quad and the glute in that movement. All right, 5 more seconds. You guys are doing awesome today. And we are done. All right, next up, we're gonna get on the floor in not a plank position, but as if we were doing Supermans. And we are actually going to do a leg lift. So all that means is you're gonna pick this leg up, kind of squeeze it with your glute, try to keep your hips flat. We're gonna get ready to begin now. Just focusing on that up-down movement, pinching your glute. I find I get a little bit of extra height when I lay my foot flat and then bring it up like this. Y'all are doing amazing. Thank you so much for joining me today. We get 5 more seconds. And stop. All right, we're gonna hop on over to our other side. Remember, if you want to use a resistance band, totally cool. If you're sitting down, you could even kind of use a chair. We're gonna begin that other leg, but use a chair as like a balancing, because you can do this standing as well. The goal is just to feel that glute release and then the tightening as we get to the top. All right, and stop. Okay, from here, we're gonna get into a tabletop position. I'm sure many of you have seen these before. They're called kickbacks. All you're gonna do is take your leg right here and just come up and then back. Up and then back. And we're just gonna do this for 30 seconds. We're trying to keep that foot flexed. If you're feeling fancy, you want to get a little higher, feel free to point your toe and push up. Other side in 10 seconds. Y'all are doing amazing. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're crushing our glutes and begin. Still just that upwards motion, that good tabletop position, finding that rhythm. Like I said, remember, you can get really fancy with it if you want to pulse your legs super far out. All right, 2 more. Awesome. Okay, this next portion during our 10-minute break, we're gonna do a little different. It's actually gonna be kind of a combination, a sequence. So all of these are gonna be back to back, focusing kind of on the hip and the glute. So we're gonna start on our side, just like this. Legs kind of at like a 90-degree angle. Support your head, and we're gonna begin with clamshells. So nice and slow on the uptake. Focus on pinching in those glutes, coming back down. Again, resistance bands are awesome for this movement. If you feel comfortable using them, have access to them, feel free. Otherwise, just make sure you're taking a nice period of time, you know, really feeling the movement, squeezing your glutes. All right, we're gonna go for 2 more. Awesome. And from here, we're going to go up, up. You can use another leg or your other arm to hold you down, but we're just gonna do these, picking our legs up to the side, focusing in on that hip flexor, tightening our core to hold us stable. You can point your toe, keep it flexed, however is comfortable for you. We're gonna hold it here for about 10 more seconds. All right, and from here, we're gonna go side to side, kind of in and out. So touch down with that back foot and come back up. Touch down, come back up. You feel that burn? Because I know I definitely do. Five more seconds. All right. Whew. Feel that burn? Definitely. And from here, we're going to switch on to our other side. Have a 15-second break in the process. If you have the ability to use resistance bands, I definitely recommend it. Totally worth it. We're going to start with those clams on the other side now, starting from the close, and again, nice and slow. I love band work. I think it makes your glute workouts even more influential, even more important. It's so important to have, you know, strong hips, IT bands, hamstrings, and glutes, because where one is tight and firm, it's kind of like an elevator for the booty, you know? Everything else goes up. All right, we're gonna do 3 more here. Okay, and from here we are going to straighten out that leg and start doing our sides. Just up and down. Nothing fancy. Thank you all again for joining me today. I know the ulterior motive is better booty, but I appreciate it nonetheless. All right, 5 more seconds. All right, now we're gonna do those front to back again. Again, touching the toe in the front, bringing it to the back. These are my least favorite because I can always feel the burn. Two more. Whew. All right. And we're gonna roll over. I love that I'm in a different position now. Come back up, take a quick 15-second rest, and then we have 1 more movement for this first set. We'll have our 1-minute break, and then we're gonna run through it all over again. Whew. So we're gonna start in tabletop position. This one's a little bit more of an all-body workout, but it still focuses on those glutes. If you wanna grab a pillow or something to put under your knee, I'm gonna start with my right knee up. And what we're gonna do is, we're gonna push this leg out, come down into a push-up, and then when we're down, pull our leg up even more. Okay? So even, up, 1. Even, up higher, 2. Try to flex the foot. It helps kind of heighten that hamstring movement. We're going to do 2 more. All right, quick rest. I love those. I feel like they're really a good way to get a little bit of arm workout into your leg day. All right, you may have noticed a little blip. Unfortunately, this is my bad knee. It doesn't really do very well for these, so I always need to have a pillow or something to kind of cushion it. But yeah, still same movement. We are tightening those hamstrings, getting that summer booty. And we're gonna do 2 more. All right, awesome work. So now we have a 1-minute break. Feel free to grab some water, check your phone, kind of feel things out. See how you're doing. Nice getting a little sweat workout going to start your weekend off. Whew. I don't know if y'all noticed, but every time I do one of these videos, I feel like I catch myself rambling a little bit because I'm not used to talking while I work out. So sometimes I'll like start a sentence and then kind of change it halfway through. A little silly moment, but all right, y'all have done amazing. Thank you so much for joining me again. I'm super amped. I hope you feel it in your hips, in your butts, your hamstrings. Again, if you thought that first round was a little too easy, feel free to use a resistance band, some ankle weights on the next one. If you don't have any, no big deal. I'm going to continue doing the workout without any resistance bands or ankle weights because it doesn't matter all the extra stuff you have so much as like you're getting your body moving. You're engaged, you're doing a good proper form of, all of our movements. That's what's gonna make the difference, not all the fancy stuff. All right, with that being said, I do believe we are ending the 1-minute break here. So I'm gonna hop off, do it right alongside with y'all, and I'll see you real soon. Whew, that was a leg day to remember. Even without the resistance band, I definitely felt the burn. I know I'm gonna be sore tomorrow. So with that in mind, let's get our cool down in. We're gonna start off nice and easy. Spread your legs, reach down the middle. We're releasing that little bit of tension in the hamstrings and low back. Trying to avoid any lactic acid buildup. Ooh. All right, let's hit our left leg. Really feel that stretch and breathe into it. And we'll do our right. Same concept, nice breathing as if we were doing a yoga video. Bringing our heart rate back down, hoping for that good recovery. And one more, one hand per foot, just to kind of re-cement that centerpiece. All right, push through the heels all up to the middle. We're gonna take one leg and keep it as our kind of our center. Other one, cross it over, and we're gonna reach down. Don't focus on, trying to touch the ground, just feel the weight. That back leg should be pretty straight. We're looking to loosen up the hamstrings and the IT bands with this one. And we're gonna switch it out. I never really appreciated this stretch as a child, but as an adult, it's one of my favorite to do. I think with now the fact that I have lower back pain, this is like a really good stretch to kind of target where my pain is. So I'm definitely a big fan, big advocate. And we're gonna come back up, and then we're gonna hit the ground. Now feel free to grab a mat just so you can kind of, or a pillow or something, just so you have a little bit of support on that knee. We're gonna hit a 90-90 angle, push forward on our front leg, through the hip, into the foot, or into the toe, excuse me, and push our pelvis out. Feel that stretch in the hip flexor and into the quad. If you wanna arch your toe a little bit, get that extra stretch in, feel free. I personally like to. This stretch is really good for my knee, so. All right, we're gonna relax, switch to the other side. If I could, I'd do these all day. These stretches, I absolutely love stretching. But, y'all have a busy day and I got places to be as well. So only fair to finish our quick workout off with a quick cool down. Same concept, pushing through that front foot, stretching that back leg. All right, we're gonna hold it for like 2 more seconds. All right, and relax. One last stretch and then we will call it a day, I promise. Feel free to lay flat, grab one leg, bring it to the other side. Keep your hips and your butt as flat to the ground as possible. And we're just going to roll and just sit here, holding your foot, obviously. I try to put a little bit of extra weight on my right side, as my right leg is the one that's crossing, just to get a good stretch in the glute and the hip. And just steady breathing. Hold it for 3 more seconds. All right, and release, let her stretch out, and grab the other leg. Time to hit the other side. You can definitely see how much my side comes up. My glutes and my low back are very, very tight. So I always lift up in these kind of movements, but it feels amazing on your back once you're done. 3 more seconds. And we're good. Stretch it out. Bring yourself back up to center, maybe with a little of assistance. All right. Well, congrats on getting through another health and wellness video, another workout. I know it was a little different than our normal ones, but I hope you enjoyed it as much as I do. Leg day is my favorite day. Thank you so much for your continued support of Eva's Home and our health and wellness initiative. We all really appreciate it, and we appreciate you taking the time to join us today. Have some grace for yourself and your body. Remember, it's amazing that you came out here to join us today. It's amazing you came out here to join me. We are pushing our boundaries every day. It's not very often you see a plus-size fitness instructor joining the YouTube fitness gurus, trying to help inspire people to get moving. So thank you for joining us. I really do appreciate your support. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend and that you comment, like, and subscribe if you want to see more of our content. See you next Friday.